It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Thursday, July 12th, 2018. It is 7 a.m.
Whoop, whoop.
And we've got a
It's another beautiful morning. What can I say?
whoop, whoop.
It's a good morning.
It is.
It's beautiful outside.
Took the little dog out about 5:30 this morning. Just a hint of chill or coolness. Not chill. I mean, it's like 75.
A hint. I got my car yesterday, and at one point it read 107 on the.
Mine went to 102.
Mine was still 100 at like 7:30 last night.
Yeah. So reading like 99. Yeah, mine only went to 102.
Yeah, I'm not big for that much heat, especially
90, 92, 95. That's not bad when the humidity's, but these humidity levels and dew points are outrageous. Anyway, good morning. Welcome Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host. Today, Scooter Callis on the directing computer here. We got Matt Schimmel over here. And he's going to be sitting in today with us. And hope y'all are off to a good start on this Thursday morning. If not, Brewed Awakening Coffee. 3 locations to serve you in Mountain Home, Balmer Boulevard, Baxter Regional Medical Center's lobby. 62 East Plaza, out by Anytime Fitness. The best coffee in town is Brewed Awakening. And be sure to drive by and pick up some of that. Don't even have to get out of your car, Scooter. Just drive up.
Matt, I need you to do me a favor, all right? You're going to get your hand up.
Okay.
Put your hand up. Can you see the ball on the screen? You can look up here.
See the ball on the screen right here on the monitor on the left?
Where am I?
See right here on the screen.
We're working with him.
Okay.
He's new. All right, can you see the ball, the Brewed Awakening ball?
Yeah, let me get my hand. I can get my hand right.
I can kind of.
Right here.
It's right under.
Okay.
See, I can.
Yeah.
I want you to hit it.
Swat that thing. He loves doing that.
Okay, now you're gonna have to tap it down. Sorry, I had to do that.
Oh, anyway, Brewed Awakening Coffee, 3 locations to serve you. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, just drinking muddy water. Brewed Awakening Coffee, 3 locations to serve you. And, of course, Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect for Roller Funeral Homes. When the need arises, Roller Funeral Homes, with the utmost pride, dignity, and so service-related to their folks. Just
great people.
So very professional is all I can say. And so when the need arises, Roller Funeral Homes. And now let's pause for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, I wonder if all the anti-Trump protesters and those protesting Judge Kavanaugh for Supreme Court realize that if we simply obeyed our laws, we wouldn't need judges or lawyers or courtrooms. Do these protesters know the real reason murder is illegal? We can chap our fingers going through page after page of history books and law books, but the bottom line is God said don't kill. Same is true with marital infidelity. God says no. Yet marital sex and all types are regular entertainment in TV and movies. 1 Peter 3:12 says, "For the eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are open to their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil." Lord, it's something we need to learn on a daily basis, and that's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
Dun, dun, dun.
And Greg Farm Services brings the morning weather. We'll do the weather right after this quick ad from Greg's Farm Services about their big expo coming up in August. So we'll be right back after this from Greg's Farm Services.
Here comes Greg's Wildlife Expo, Saturday, August 11th, Baxter County Fairgrounds, Mountain Home. Wildlife conservation and fun for everybody. Johnny Morris Wonders of Wildlife in Springfield will have live animals and more. Kids under 16 compete for prizes at the First Security Bank Archery Competition, and you can try digital hunting at the DHF Archery Exhibit. Hunting, fishing, artwork, outdoor living, it's all here, and it's all free.
On the farm or around the home, GregFarmServices.com.
Greg's Farm Services on the farm, around the home, in the community. Let's check out their store specials and announcements for this week. And don't forget the fall preseason Husqvarna sale. All types of chainsaws on sale. And visit the Outdoor Power Shop in Midway, 4815226. All kinds of great things still on sale. You got the LD44 fogger spray for $13.99. 15% off mesh fly sheets there. You've got all kinds of great savings going on. The swing blade grass cutter, wasp and hornet spray, just $2.99. Greg's Farm Services.
Do you know something I just noticed?
What?
You can go buy your wagon now. It's not on sale anymore.
Yeah.
See, now you
I can spend an extra $20.
There you go. Now you end up having to buy
I was so worried I would get it at a cheaper price. Greg's Farm Services, on the farm, around the home, in the community. Greg's Farm Services in Mountain Home and Midway. And once I hit the right stop here, there we go. We've got 75 degrees already in Mountain Home, 73 at Harrison, 75 at Hardy, 72 in Mountain View, Arkansas, 75 already in Yellville. Marshall checks in at 72, 75 at Calico, but it's 69 in St. Louis. Excuse me, 71 at Poplar Bluff, Missouri, which would be in southeast part of the state. Branson at 73, which is southwest Missouri, south central at West Plains, 74 degrees, 59 in Watford City, North Dakota.
I wouldn't have guessed this, but I think this is our hottest morning.
Yeah,
that
75
we started
degrees.
out at 75
I was
degrees.
watching Ron Hurst last night, 6 o'clock, Channel 3, and this is kind of this is the middle of this is it. I mean, this week, next week, and maybe part of the week of the 23rd, these are our hottest. You know, August can be hot and so can September.
Yeah.
But on the average, the middle part of July really heats up. And there again, you know, we talked about that high pressure. It's like the old tire pump that gets hot at the bottom the more you press on it. Well, that high pressure's got this air so squeezed down it can't cool off. I mean, we've cooled off to 75 degrees overnight. So when that sun hits that air, it's just going to, you know, go back up to 90, 95.
I've seen it start today, and we've been at 72, but
Yeah.
this is the first time I've seen it starting at this time of the morning at 75. So
Going to be a warm day.
yeah,
And you know, Watford City, North Dakota, they had 2 nights ago, they had tornadoes come through. Where my son
you know,
lived
the
up.
other day, Watford's,
Watford City.
I got to look at that. Watford City, North Dakota, was within 2 degrees of us.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a long ways to go to be 2
Yeah,
degrees.
that's true.
difference.
Yeah, it really is. And so, yeah, they had quite a bit of damage up there. I think they had 1 fatality, if I heard correctly, up there at Watford City. But anyway, on the national
Sounds like
radar.
they may have been blessed just to have one, though. I mean, that bad as them storms can be.
True, and they still have, you see on the radar right now, more shower activity along the North and South Dakota lines right there. They've just had that pattern up there, you know, just day after day like we normally do in the spring, where you get rain after rain, you get rain and sun, rain and sun. Well, that's the same thing going on here. Shower activity moving out of Minnesota into Wisconsin. In fact, I'm going to hit that stop. It looks like we have some heavy stuff. Hit that Minneapolis stop right here. They've got some flood warnings there along the state line of Wisconsin and Minnesota. And so I don't wish a flood on anybody, but I wish we'd had a little bit of that rain down here.
Yeah,
We
we're
do
dry.
see, we're dry.
need it.
Yeah, I'm sure the drought monitor here in just a minute.
We need it.
Yeah, we do. I'm seeing some scattered shower activity in southern Utah. There's some in Arizona. Now, wouldn't you know, we're dry as a humpless camel in the sunset, and the desert's getting the rain. So, you know, Arizona's
Something's
getting a little
wrong.
bit, huh?
Something's wrong.
Even along the Texas-New Mexico border right here, we got this little bit of shower going on right here along I-40 in Texas and New Mexico. Anyway, well, let's take a look at Arkansas. We'll hit that Little Rock stop for you real quick. All the highways are clear, 62, 412 east and west, Highway 65 north-south, Little Rock, Branson. Highway 167 and 67 serving Little Rock to Batesville and Poplar Bluff in good shape. Interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, and 555 in good shape as we speak. Hopefully they'll get wet today. The St. Louis stop, I-44 coming in from Lebanon, Rolla, Columbia on I-70 looks good. I-64 east of St. Louis going towards Mount Vernon, I-70 Vandalia, Effingham, Illinois. I'm sure they could use some rain too for that
Look
corn
at-
crop.
I
Yeah.
think I see one little dot
Up
of
at
rain at
Kirksville.
Kirkville.
Yeah. And a little bit over about Macomb, Illinois.
Lucky.
Lucky. I'm ready for the Illinois corn to come in. I may have to run up to St. Louis, go get some Illinois corn, or run up to Belleville. I-44, Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield, Lebanon. They've got the radar cranked up really, really high here to pick out of that, and sometimes they actually pick up some of that moisture in the atmosphere right there. So anyway, dry. We're going to check that drought monitor for Missouri as of July 5th. It was last updated. I can't get any more. I guess they'll update it when it changes. Right now, a D0, abnormally dry for the northern part of Arkansas, and a moderate drought in northwest Arkansas. Then in Missouri, we have, wrong one here. Let me go back right here. I'm going to refresh this. Severe, well, moderate to severe in north central Missouri, as you can see right there. Pretty dry. Burn bans as of 7/11. Carroll County, Arkansas is the only thing there. The wildfire danger remains the same from Clay County to Miller County. It's kind of a diagonal northeast to southwest, and then it includes east central along the Mississippi River. The Delta
I'm
area.
kind of surprised with that because as
I
dry
am
as
too.
we are, I thought there'd be more burn bans out right now.
Yeah, I did too. And what this wildfire danger, you got Mississippi County, Crittenden County, St. Francis, Lee County, that's all Delta farmland, but yet there's a fire danger right there. Most of that is crops. You're going to have rice and soybeans, some cotton, and some corn over there. Of course, that's the Delta area, but nevertheless, that's what the Forestry Commission's reporting. But as of right now, as of 7/11 so far, only Carroll County. Could change today. We'll update you tomorrow on that. All right?
Forecast is dry.
And hot.
Yeah.
Let's take a look real quick. Let's see what heat advisory. I didn't know that. Middle part of Arkansas, northeast Arkansas. Goes up into the western part of Missouri, most of Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin. 'Tis July in America, folks. It's so funny. You get these newscasts. Lester, it could get to 92 degrees today in Kansas City, Missouri. Guys, it's July. If it was 37, that'd be newsworthy,
I could see that.
Yeah. Today, high of 96. Friday, high of 94. Saturday, high of 96. Sunday, high of 94. Monday, 94 degrees. Maybe up to a 30% chance of showers between now and Monday. But I think I'd call that a fat chance because it ain't going to happen. We might get those little pop-up showers here and there, but other than that. Anyway, let's see what we got going on in the community. And let's see, let me go back over here. Events coming up. Brought to you by Affordable Housing, 870-741-2883. If you're having some issues with your current place of rental, then check them out. What do we got going on near Mountain Home, Arkansas? Sunday in the South continues at Real Life Church. And all kinds of activities at Raps Barron. The digital photo contest, People Choice Voting, takes place tomorrow, July 12th. And then the Chuck Morton ASGA Designated Junior, I think this is the golf tournament, stroke play, is tomorrow. And I do have another announcement. I'm going to bring this down and see if this is the right page. That's not it.
Are you looking for that? I will say Kindness Inc. Incorporated is doing a 3-family garage sale, one day only. This will be this Saturday from 8:30 to 3 o'clock.
Yep.
Lots of items. The proceeds go to help benefit Kindness Inc.
There you go. Mount Hope Christian Academy Preschool now enrolling PK3 and K4. They have affordable tuition starting at $265 a month. Small classes, a Becca curriculum, early reading education. It's faith-based. You can call 424-6622 to enroll your pre-K3 or K4 student, Mount Hope Christian Academy. And I'm looking forward to having the kids come back in and do the morning prayer again. We'll probably kick
Always
that up
love
around.
that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Even Smiley Bear still sitting down there around the stack of Bibles around Mike 4 down there. So that's something to look forward to. Kids normally come in about mid to late October through right around Christmas break and Thanksgiving break. But Mount Hope Christian Academy is now enrolling PK3 and K4. And of course, they're just off the bypass, right across from Mount Hope Baptist Church. So give them a call, 424-6622. Coming up, we got Corey Manuel, Chief of Police, Mountain Home Police Department. Going to be talking with him for the next 45 minutes. Stick around. Going to be right back. With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Hi, I'm Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup. If anybody needs trash service in the area, please give us a call. Arch Trash Service is veteran owned, and I've been in the local area resident for over 20 years. I'll provide a better service than the other guys and even provide front door service trash pickup for those that aren't able to take their trash to the curb. We'll also pick up almost anything and even provide free recycling. I am Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup, and please give me a call for all your trash service needs.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Do you? It's coming up on 7/17. We want to welcome our Chief of Police, Corey Manuel. Good to see you, Chief. Good to
Good
talk
morning,
with
Dale.
you today. And it's been a while. So what's going on with the police department? Got that new tax in there, maybe some a little bit extra help and a little relief to get things done.
Well, we've collected the 4th month of the public safety tax, and of course, you need to kind of let it build up a little bit before you start using it much. We are using it at this time. As far as on the police department side, we have our code enforcement officer working full time now, and so far that's been a great success. He's doing a good job, Sergeant Kevin Liddy.
Yeah.
It gives us the ability to have somebody to be looking at some of these issues constantly and to follow up. That's an important part of it, is follow up. And
what are the code issues
really helps us?
What's the biggie?
Number one, maintenance of real property. Now, right now, with the lack of rain, we don't have weeds and grass growing as quickly as it usually does, but maintenance of real property is not only that, but it's also things like refrigerators and other appliances that might be stored out in the yards that could be dangerous, unsightly, growth of vegetation, grass, and unsanitary conditions and that sort of thing. That's the number one driver.
Really?
Yes, it is. And another thing we spend a lot of time on, and might be in that second and third category, is going to be signage. Most of your signs that you see down through town with businesses, they're all okay, they're permitted, but a lot of people like to just come along and plug a sign any place they want to, and signage is regulated.
Pressure wash.
It's so we spend quite a bit of time on signage as well. Those
Really?
Temporary things, those things get plugged in. Some of them are okay and some of them are not.
Really?
Yes.
Huh, I didn't know that one. So signage is an issue. What about the noise ordinance? How do you even enforce something like that?
I say we have a very low-end noise ordinance. I do remember, and I was involved in working on the noise ordinance. We had a officer back then who was retired from the Arcadia Police Department in Colorado, who actually worked on noise ordinance and noise abatement. So he was very instrumental in helping us put together a noise ordinance. Now, we don't get into noise issues like some larger departments do, to where you have decibel
meters.
Meters and levels, and then you're looking at levels at night versus daytime. We just have a very simple noise ordinance. If it's a problem that you hear, and I think it's now 150 feet. It used to be something like 50 feet.
Yeah.
Then if it's a noise at 150 feet, if it's sound, it could follow under the noise ordinance. Now, the issue there's a lot of noises. There's a lot of things that we can hear at 150 feet. So you have to kind of be reasonable about it because it is so broad. So, sound, it all depends if it's music, if it's good for the ears, and it's noise if it's not good for the ears. So sometimes there can be some issues. It is very subjective, but that's the best that we have in the way of noise ordinance.
I got a question. Has fireworks been an issue this year? I know you get on Facebook and a lot of people are complaining about fireworks, and I know that they're not allowed in the city limits. However, you look around and you do see some going off. Has that been an issue, or?
Well, it wasn't too bad of an issue until the last few years. You still had some fireworks that were discharged, and yes, going back even to 1984, when I started with the Mountain Home Police Department, it was prohibited, period, 365 days a year. Some locations will have fireworks that are allowed maybe a week or two before and after the 4th of July, but not in Mountain Home. That's just the way it's been. I think the problem was last year there was an excessive amount of fireworks being discharged, so it kind of caught us off guard somewhat. We respond to all the calls, but there was a massive number of calls. So I was sort of tasked with trying to bring public awareness and see if we can kind of take care of the problem that way. Now, we know that there's always going to be some fireworks. I think we're going to be unrealistic to think that we're going to abate all fireworks discharge in the city, but we tried this year doing the abatement, if you could call it that, by public awareness. We weren't sending people out to issue citations, so we did make a point to let them know what the fine was, minimum and maximum, and that it is prohibited. Now, in comparing stats after this public awareness, for the month of June, we had a 36% decrease in complaints to the police department. Now, the numbers for July, of course, are not in, but I am going to run, say, a test for the first 10 days and compare the first 10 days this year versus last year and see if we had a reduction as well like we did in June. Honestly, that's what we're after. Compliance, citations, a last resort.
Yeah.
When it comes down to fireworks, there's such a wide variety. You got your little sparklers and your firecrackers and your poppers and smoke bombs. But the main thing that I see, and of course was guilty of it too, I just didn't get caught, bottle rockets, Roman candles and stuff that catches things on fire.
Right.
They shoot the rockets, lands on somebody's house. You never know. It could, it may not. We don't know, but it could cause a fire. It's a safety issue.
Well, it is, and there's no other reason except safety that they're prohibited in places where you have a large congregation of people. You have homes close together. It's summertime, and most Julys, fires will be started. They have been started. It's right here locally. It's nothing that's confined to the large metropolitan areas. It happens here as well, and you just don't want to burn down homes and people's properties. That's what it's all about.
That's what it boils down to.
It's a safety issue.
It is. There was one year, I may have talked to you a couple of years ago, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. My boys were still young. They wanted, Dad, we didn't want to shoot fireworks. Well, it's too dry, blah, blah, blah. So I called down either PD or fire department, I don't remember, but I got permission to go on the back lot of First Baptist Church. And said, if it's okay with them, it's okay with us. We were there for 15, 20 minutes, and once the kids got to light their stuff, they were done. But we kept it to where, we weren't shooting stuff over houses or stuff like that. But, there again, it's a safety issue. And I've seen kids light this stuff, and they'll take the bottle rockets and aim it at stuff, and they'll, go off in the woods.
I'll tell you a little story about Roman candles and what you just said. We did have a complaint. I was on duty that night. I was shift commander at the time, but it was another officer had received a fireworks complaint around the 4th of July. And so he found the vehicle that was somebody shooting Roman candles out of the vehicle as they were driving down the road.
Oh my goodness.
And fortunately, the vehicle was still it was Indian Creek subdivision, was still in the area when he arrived. And just as soon as they saw the police officer, and it was kind of about dusk, near dark, they pulled the Roman candles, still shooting, into the car. And the officer explained, and the best he could, how it just kept glowing inside the car as the Roman candles were going off. So
we're innocent, officer. We're innocent.
That was quite an excitement for the.
Oh, that's hilarious.
There was
what
3 or 4 people inside
on fire.
Car. So that in itself,
you're basically protecting us from ourselves, aren't you?
At times, yes.
Oh my
yes,
goodness.
very much.
You ever
so.
done anything that dumb?
I have, and I hate to admit this, we used to play Roman candle wars.
Yeah. Oh,
we
yeah.
put the goggles on, and we'd actually
shoot each other with Roman candles.
We'd be out in the middle of a field shooting each other with Roman candles, and we'd have teams. And
you didn't do anything dumb like shooting bottle rockets from an empty gasoline can or something like that?
No. I recall even at a young age dealing with gas and knowing that's not a smart call.
Well, that'd become extremely hazardous.
Yeah, you may not have to worry about that call here in a minute.
But sometimes, Corey, do you just get to the point, like, how can people be so stupid?
Well, there is a lot of drama, I think, anymore surrounding issues and problems, and we see that quite a bit on social media. Well, one thing, we did different platforms, a release of information on such as the problems and the issues and the ordinance surrounding fireworks in the city of Mountain Home. And on our social media account, if you ever get a chance to go take a look at it, we were kind of pounded a little bit, as being un-American and, against the 4th of July. I'm just as American. I'm probably more American than anyone. I'm a veteran. I believe in this country. I believe in our God, and in God I trust. And I love this country, but we need to think safety always.
Yeah. Just common sense. There was I'll tell you, there was another issue about 5 or 6 years ago. There was a rabid raccoon in my yard. And I called PD, and I said, well, he says, do you have a rifle, a gun? I said, yes, I do. But the houses are too close. All I had were long rifles. I have a 1929 Winchester bolt-action single shot.
Right.
I said, there's a good chance I could miss because there's so many houses. So they sent an officer with an air rifle. He gave me the option to shoot this, but I was uncomfortable with, and by this time that thing was drawing a crowd. There was people around, and the bullet ricocheted or something. To me, he said, if you're confident enough to do it, do it. If not, we'll send an officer, because I'm not confident enough to do it. They'd probably shooting from here to the door. But with the 22, Corey, you just don't know. And so I'm so glad the officer came out with the air rifle and took care of it.
Sure. Yeah, there again, it boils down to safety. And anything that we do, multitude of tasks that we perform, it boils down to safety.
Yeah. Because any shot I would have taken would have been to the southwest, the west, or the northwest, and there's too many houses and too many chances. Now, had it been an open field, I would have called PD, got permission, took care of it, and been done with it.
Sure.
But I was uncomfortable with it, and so I'm so glad that PD came out there. Like I said, it's about 8 years ago that happened. But 7:29 on this Thursday morning, visiting with Corey Manuel, Chief of Police, Mountain Home Police Department. Break time. Be right back. Ever feel like your butt's dragging and you could really use a lift? Ozark Diesel Off-Road. Ozark Diesel Off-Road has been installing lifts for over 25 years. They specialize in all your off-road vehicle needs, from general repairs such as engine diagnostics, clutch and brake repair, to custom fabrication like axle gears and lockers, leveling and suspension kits, and everything in between. So if your vehicle could really use a lift, head to Ozark Diesel Off-Road, located at 5051 Highway 62 East, or give them a call at 870-425-LIFT.
Why would I recommend Hospice the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that Their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Nemus Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas is your home for national and international award-winning pizza. Nemus Pizza offers artisan-made award-winning pizza with only the freshest and finest of ingredients. Each pizza is made from scratch and hand-tossed at the time you place your order. And also check out their calzone strombolis, an oven-baked folded pizza stuffed with your choice of meat. Sauce can be on the side or included inside at your request. Nemus Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas, your home for award-winning pizza.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Hello.
7:31. We continue with Chief of Police Corey Manuel. And what about traffic issues in town? My pet peeve is McClure Lane at Glenbriar. And people they'll come down McClure Lane, and I'll be stopped. And I just wait because I know they're going to blow that sign. You know, you don't have enough officers to handle all the stop line violations, but if we could just have a little bit of awareness. It doesn't say pause, stop.
It says stop. That is an issue, and I get that report and from folks, and occasionally see it myself. We're in a society today that everyone is in a hurry to get from point A to point B. We have to think safety. We have to allow time to get there so that we should not be running stop signs. Now, I'll say this, and of course, officially, I'm not backing this. At some point, I think, should we look at possibly having yield signs and not stop signs at more locations?
At some, yes.
At some, yes. That wouldn't be the case for all places, and that way, if you got good vision both ways, and you don't come to a complete stop, it's not a violation of law. So there might be some intersections where more yield signs would be worthy to consider, but it is. I know among the younger people, they sort of had this thing that was going around that I was told about. I didn't know, like no copy, no stoppy. So if they don't see a cop, they don't stop. So with those kinds of folks, then you're going to have to be there to see that violation. And with 3 or 4 patrol guys, best staffing that we might have on a shift, we have several miles of streets to patrol. We also have calls that we're answering, accident investigations, and other complaints and problems. And we also have, if you think about it, we have a lot of intersections. I don't have the number on that, but we have a lot of intersections in this town. And if you think 3 or 4 police officers, we can't be every place all the time, and so there is going to be some violations. But we do our best, and we do work on that as we can. But we are kind of generated, and we must answer calls as they come in. And that'll take away from other activities like traffic enforcement.
The one thing that I've had to make a very strong mental note is the stop sign, because guilty is charged. I mean, I make sure that I stop. Stop means the wheels aren't turning, the speedometer's sitting on 0, and it's not a roll through. That's not a stop.
Right.
And, you talk about the 4-way when 2 people come up, the guy on the right has the right of way. I've seen it where he's thinking, well, I've got the right of way, I don't have to stop, and they blow through it anyway. It's when you stop, then you go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I've had to make a mental note, okay, that is a stop sign, not a pause or a yield, and having to kind of retrain myself to make sure I come to a complete stop, even just right down here when I leave the studio.
Well, here's the deal on that situation. If you pull up to a stop sign, even if you stop and then you pull out into the path of a vehicle, you're still going to be responsible for that accident.
Mm-hmm.
There could be some cases where the other driver might be partially responsible civilly if he's doing something illegal, but for the most part, that person who pulls out from the stop sign, even after a legal stop, will have issues. It's called failure to yield, even at a stop sign.
Yeah.
Now, if you roll through it, it's not a stop. It's almost the same level of offense, but it's a kind of a separate offense, failure to stop at a stop sign versus failure to yield.
Mm-hmm.
But they both result in the same thing. Maybe is a violation of law, but also could cause a traffic accident. And the one that gets hurt might be you.
Yep. In fact, I actually witnessed an accident about, it's been pushing a month ago, an elderly gentleman north on Hickory, right there by the fire department. Didn't see the stop sign and hit another vehicle, and that almost hit me. But one of the officers said, well, you saw it, fill this out. So you're going to see my name pop up on a witness report.
So you're a witness, yes.
What about criminal activity? We've got a lot of real estate people in town that talk quality of life. And because of people like you and your department and the good work in conjunction with the Sheriff's Department, Arkansas State Police, and the surrounding PD departments, it's not bad from our standpoint here.
It's not bad, and I think if you step outside of our community and look at some other communities, you'll find out it's better than even what we sense. We live here. We take some of this stuff for granted that we enjoy in our area, and low crime is one of those things that we do enjoy. Crime, the level of crime, is a quality of life issue, and we at the police department look at it that way. So we are trying to do our part to help and assist making a better quality of life in this area. We also know that people look at that when they decide maybe to move to this area, looking at schools, maybe looking at hospitals. You know, crime is going to be a part of that equation as well in most cases.
I was sitting at his restaurant about 2 weeks ago, and some folks were in from San Antonio or Austin, Texas, and I gave him some real estate information, and her first question was, what's the crime like? I said, well, I don't even think I took the keys out of the vehicle, which is dumb, but sometimes I forget, literally, and I really don't have to worry.
Now, I will talk about two sort of divisions here when it comes to crime. I'll talk about the violent crime against people, and there's what they call index crime and other crimes. Index crimes are, if I remember right, are going to be around 13 different categories. That's murder, rape, aggravated assaults, use of force, robbery, those kinds of violent crimes against people. Now, in your index crimes, they also throw property crimes in there, like theft of property, but let's keep that separate. We're going to talk about the violent crimes against people. We do much better than we do in just general crimes, and we think it's a low crime area. When you look at those violent crimes, we're even doing much better than that. Remarkably well. So you look at overall crime, then you're pulling in things like drug offenses and theft of property and things like that. We do well. But I just wanted to touch a little bit on the violent crimes. We are doing remarkably well and much better than most places when we look at crime rates. And that's the amount of crime versus your population. If you looked at just strictly volumes, larger populations are going to generate more crimes. But we look at crime rates per population. So that's the general thing there. But theft of property is the number one category that contributes to your crime rate. It's not just here.
What are people stealing?
It's everywhere.
What's the big item?
Electronics, electronic type items. Might be laptops, GPS systems, things like that from a motor vehicle. Shoplifting, it's a multitude of things, but it will include things like electronics, laptop computers, TVs, things like that. I don't know if they're just in high demand for the individual or.
Would they go
or
to
the
pawn shops to get the
market
cash for the
gets,
drug stuff? Is that what it boils down to?
Well, it could be, but if they go to a pawn shop, we have an in there to, if we have something that's stolen, we have a way of tracking that if it comes up in a pawn shop someplace.
I went to a little program. Shannon Ruckert was here from Mountain Public Schools, and they did a Hidden in Plain View program. I'm sure you're aware of that. And don't arrest me for drug paraphernalia, but this looks like a standard highlighter, but it converts to a pipe.
Sure.
They had women's undergarments, baseball caps, water bottles, shaving cream, chapstick tubes, lipstick tubes. I was shocked. Now, I'm sure you see stuff like this on a weekly basis, if not a daily basis.
Well, this is not a problem at this point. Now, when somebody uses it and has residue,
now, what's this used for?
Usable residue.
What would some? I have no idea because I barely take aspirin for a headache.
Ingest it with by smoking it.
Would that be like a meth thing or what?
Meth, marijuana, whatever they want to burn.
Yuck.
Sometimes people burn things they shouldn't. Well, none of this stuff is supposed to be in your bodies, but probably most anything they can burn put in there that would give them a high. It's kind of really unusual what they do sometimes, but mainly marijuana.
Really?
Meth, maybe something else.
But can you imagine, so a parent sees us sitting somewhere and, well, there's a nice little purple highlighter.
Right.
There's her lipstick tube, or his chapstick tube, or his baseball cap. They actually have baseball caps that you can get online that have a area where you can unfold it and they can pack cocaine in a ball hat, and the parent would not even know it's there.
Right. Today, really, the way to look at it is anything that you see could have a false bottom, have a false compartment.
Yeah.
I've seen Pepsi cans.
They had that in the demonstration.
You just name it.
Yeah.
And it could have a false compartment or be a false
they actually had,
piece of equipment.
and I was floored. This was over at the library, and they had this. The people came out of St. Louis. Women's bras where the underwires replaced with pills. You could actually haul about 25 pills in women's undergarments. I thought, you got to be kidding me.
And when it comes to vehicles, there are just all kinds of locations on a vehicle where false compartments can be created, or existing compartments can be created to hide your drugs or any other contraband and move it across this country.
I'm too naive. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
Really, and I say this a lot. There's some creativity. There's some people being ingenious. They come up with some genius ideas to do the things that they are doing.
But if they
why
put that
not
same
put
education
it to the right
towards
thing, the good thing? Yes, contribute to society in a great way. It's like computer hackers. They have my sort of blessing in a way, because somebody is very intelligent doing this computer hacking. These people have got to be able to get a good job if they put it towards the right thing.
You would think.
I guess the only thing that I could say is they find the bad money to be so astronomical versus the good money that they would earn.
Is it the thrill of the chase?
I think some of it is that.
I want to try doing this and blah, blah, blah. Just the thrill of the chase, just to see if it can be.
I think a lot of the issues that we deal with, it's the money. Follow the money. Follow the money.
Huh.
It's we have a society of people today that want things up front in life. You and I, most of us, are geared toward working a lifetime, working a long time to get what we have.
Yeah.
There's a greater number of people today. Now, I'm not speaking in general terms of everyone, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of fine people today. But you have a greater belief in entitlement, a greater belief in, I want these things today. I want that best car. I want that boat. I want those things today. So that might make somebody work more, but there's going to be somebody.
What kind of car did you drive in high school? I had a '64 Plymouth. What did you drive to school?
'69 Dodge.
'69. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Dodge Polara.
Yeah.
Kind of a family-looking car, but it had a 383.
Ooh, I only had a slant 6.
I think it was Canadian built. I don't know what that meant, other than being
that was,
Canadian built.
yeah,
somebody thought that was pretty cool.
Was
I don't
a 383. I still got one of those engines. 7:45, almost with the chief of police right after this. Stick around, be right back.
I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
$7:48 on this Thursday morning, visiting with Corey Manuel, Chief of Police, Mountain Police Department. Let's talk a little bit tomorrow coming up. I've got Families Against Distracted Driving and using that while driving. No. I can't do it. When I joined, when Michelle and Sheila says, "You want to be on board director?" Sure, why not? I'll help out. So we're doing radio at the time now. They're going to be here tomorrow with their little service pup. But I was going east on Glenbriar, and I thought, I'm going to try to text. So I was going to type Y-E-S. So I'm sitting there driving. I'm, steering wheel left hand over like this. I started veering off to the right hand side. Car, it wasn't 20 seconds. I was off probably 18 feet.
Right.
And I've been down I-40 in Little Rock and Nashville, all over, and you see people running 90 miles an hour, and they got their phone in their hand, sitting there hitting that button, and they're blowing me off the road, and I'm doing 70. What do you see as a police chief?
Well, distracted driving, I think, is a greater problem than people will admit, because when you have an accident, it's not everyone who wants to admit to some things that they were doing in the way of distracted driving. And it's only getting worse. Fad is doing a great job with that, and I applaud them. And like anything else, I think eventually over the years with some good public awareness and and the programs that they have going on, it'll catch on just like MAD did with DWI, and that in our area is dwindled. It's still there, but it's dwindled some. But there's a multitude of things that can distract your driving. It's not just the texting and the cell phone. That might be the worst thing when you're trying to take your attention away from your driving for a great length of time. And even though it might be 3 to 5 seconds, that's a great length of time when you're driving down the road. But even at a slow speed, you have moved a lot of feet down the road before you realize what's going on.
Let's take the main drag of Mountain Home. Wendy's, McDonald's, Sonic, that area at 11:30 to noon, it gets congested.
Very congested.
So I'm coming down the hill from Kent Chevrolet, past Commerce Drive, Pizza Hut, all that. It's congested. I get on the phone. If I'm doing, let's see, I think the speed limit down the hill is what, 40 or 35 come down the hill? I think it's 40 now. I think it went up about 40.
If I remember correctly.
Well, let's say that I'm even doing 30, which is rare. I mean, my reaction time should be right there, but if I'm on the phone or texting, that takes how many seconds away per feet or feet per second in reaction time?
I don't have that in my head at the moment, say at 40, 35, 40, but I think if I remember correctly, 60 mile per hour around the 5 to 6 second area your attention is taken away from your driving, you're going to move the length of a football field. So, even at the slow speed, at what you're talking about, let's say it's a half a football field, that's still
50 yards.
A long way. Look at the traffic and how close it is in most congested areas, not just Mountain Home, but other areas too, how close people will drive. The recommendation is usually 1 car length for each 10 mile per hour. So on a good day, you have that proper distance, you still could be involved in an accident depending on your reaction time. Well, you throw in just another couple of seconds with a cell phone or some other distraction, and your 10 feet or 10 mile per hour per car length has just been wiped out for the most part. So you really have to pay attention. And today, with more cars on the road, more roads being built, it seems like we can't keep up with the traffic. There's a lot more cars on the highway, and you just really have to be laser focused.
Yeah, you do.
On your driving. You really do.
There's been a big push on the major highways about left lane driving. And of course in the city, some folks may be perhaps going to make a left-hand turn, but most part, what about staying to the right, going through town? We've got a 5-lane basically all the way through town. Stay to the right unless you make the left-hand turn or go around somebody,
Well, that would be that would be the thing that's recommended to do. Now, when you're in downtown and it's congested, you're going to have both lanes of traffic going, in both directions to get the flow of traffic the best that you can. But especially if you're out on interstates, roads out in the country, it's best to stay in that right-hand lane and allow a little bit faster traffic. It can still be legal traffic, pass you, and move on down the road. The roads are, they're there to move the traffic, but we hope that it happens safely.
Yep. I want to get in our school resource officers. Have you been involved in any of the governor's programs with school safety? I know the SR program has been a great success here.
Right. Not me personally, except that I oversee, as the police chief, our SRO program and provide support and budget and so on and so forth and policy and procedure. Directly involved is our Bubba Jones. He's our sergeant in charge of the SRO program. He's very instrumental in supervising that program here locally. He's also on a state committee that takes a look at these things from a state view.
Really?
SRO committee. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but it has to do with the SRO programs and school safety. He's on a state committee. So he's very instrumental in keeping us connected to the state. Given testimony like in the recent governor's task force effort in coming up with security measures, he went and testified before the task force on that as well. So he has quite a bit of input in that. This school year coming up, the school has come forward and have funded 100% 2 additional SRO officers.
That's good.
So that increases our current program from 3 to 5. Then
Does
the
that give
sheriff's
all
department.
campuses?
Yes, all campuses will have coverage.
Good.
Now I think, like down around Pinkston, you're going to have an SRO that will be Pinkston. Will also cover the kindergarten, which is next, basically on the same grounds.
Yeah.
So we had the 5 officers. Sheriff's Department has the 1 DARE officer.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's 6 officers. So that covers all the buildings that has faculty and students in it, which is 7 buildings, but we're including the kindergarten.
Yeah.
So with 1 officer covering 2 buildings there, then yes, they are.
Do you ever think you'd see and live the day when school safety was an issue like this for an active shooter? In our day, when I go back to 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade, the biggest thing was I forgot my 2 pennies from my milk break, or so-and-so, he brought gum, not guns, gum.
Yeah. Well, we've transitioned from a day when we were in high school. People would bring deer rifles hanging on the back window to pick up.
Yeah, it was common.
Knives. People would be talking about beating one another up.
Yeah.
We're going to have an after-school fight, and occasionally you'd have the "I'm going to kill you."
Yeah.
Today, don't do any of it,
No.
because today, if any of that stuff happens, it's turned into the school campuses, in a way, has turned into a no humor zone, and that might be a little bit harsh. The school campuses are good, and our kids are historically they're safe with some exceptions, but you don't do those kinds of things, because today with what we do, and I think you're going to see more school districts if they're not doing this, and law enforcement agencies responsible for those school districts in the future across this country, is when those kinds of things happen, we jump on them immediately with both feet.
Yeah.
And sometimes even for us, that's going to be at nighttime on the weekend, and social media generates some of that stuff. All somebody has to say, I heard something about so-and-so, or I just heard someone, we don't know who that so-and-so is or who that someone is, made a comment that they were coming to a certain school district Monday morning and they're going to shoot the place up. We've had those kinds of things that happened on the weekend, and so we had to bring people in and sort that out and run it down the best we can. So that's what I talk about when we jump on it with both feet. Any time of day it happens, we jump on it with both feet.
When I was in 9th grade, I rode a bicycle, and it's over there what was now Pinkston, and I'd come in on Maple, and Coach Thompson lived right there in that one little house that's no longer there, and I asked him, can I park a bicycle over there? And he, yeah, sure. So I'd come up next to, he had a brown Ford pickup truck in the springtime, summertime, and fall. He never rolled the windows up, and the keys would be dangling from the switch. He had 3 deer rifles. Remember gun racks in the back of the truck?
Oh, yes, I do.
We didn't think twice about it.
No.
We did, and old Tiny Britt used to stand on the courthouse square down here. Every Saturday morning, old Tiny Britt would be standing there holding that 12-gauge shotgun. Remember old Tiny Britt? Yeah.
Sure do.
We didn't think twice about it.
Not today.
Not today.
Not today.
Your final thoughts. We got about 2.5 minutes. Something you want to say to everybody?
Well, we're busy. We're doing the best we can in all aspects. We don't have just one area that we, try to spend all of our time on as sort of our brand, I would say. We try to deliver law enforcement from all angles the best that we can, and we sure do appreciate the public's support. If you want to be a policeman, Mountain Home, Baxter County is a great place to do that, just like it is many other jobs. It's a fine place, and we want to do what we can, and we have to have our public's trust and assistance.
And respect.
And respect, and that respect goes both ways.
It
Trust
does.
goes both ways. So we enjoy working for Mountain Home, and anything we can do to make things better, let us know.
You bet. Appreciate your work, and we don't think twice about stuff much around here. Do you, Scooter?
No.
Just these guys got it under control.
Now, I would like to say this. Last thought. I know we live in an area where a lot of people think it's still okay to leave our homes unlocked, leave our vehicles unlocked. So many vehicles that are broken into, and sometimes homes, are that people will break into break into it. They enter an unlocked vehicle.
Lock them up.
Even in Mountain Home. Cut that theft of property down, reduce our crime. Lock your vehicles.
And with that, we'll say goodbye. See you tomorrow. Thanks, Chief, for being here. Have a great day.